Hello everyone, welcome back to our DataSunrise functionality demonstration videos. In this video, I would like to share how to protect MongoDB databases in DataSunrise. So in this video, we will go through how to prepare MongoDB and how to create profile in DataSunrise and so on. Okay, so in order to add the MongoDB that we want to protect to DataSunrise, there are some preparations that we need to do ahead. First thing, we have to make sure that there is no blockage, there is no firewall rules that is blocking the communication between MongoDB server and DataSunrise host. And then we have to create the database user in MongoDB server. This user will be used when we want to update the metadata of the MongoDB in DataSunrise. So in this way, every updates, every modification that we do in the MongoDB server without the proxy will be updated and will be seen by the DataSunrise. In order to create the MongoDB database user that will be used by the DataSunrise, you can go to our user guide and you can see the queries that you need to run here. So in this 5 to 11, create a MongoDB user, and under here we have these sample queries. So firstly, you have to use your admin DB and create the role that will be used by the user that we will create later. So here you have to give the role name, so it can be any name like DataSunrise role or something like that. And next, we have to create the user. So here you have to give your database username, any name you like, and the password here. And then in this row, you have to give the name that you previously created here. After creating the database user, we are all set to go. So let's go to our DataSunrise web UI. Enter the credentials to go to the dashboard. So in this left side, we can see this configurations and databases. So this is where we add the database instances that we would like to protect. Click on this add database again. In the database type, we will go with MongoDB, since we are adding MongoDB instance to DataSunrise. And for me, I install MongoDB on the same host as the DataSunrise. So mine is just the local host. And the port number is the default one I'm using right now. For the login method, there's several methods and I'm using the regular method. So database authentication, I have to give the user that I previously created. So my username is this. So again, this is the user that you previously created by using the queries from our guide, user guides. So the username and the password that you previously created has to enter here. And here again, you can save the username, the login credentials in DataSunrise, so that whenever you do the testing of the connection, DataSunrise will automatically save these credentials and will not ask you multiple times. You can either add the database that you would like to cover. Okay, so far we are already set for now, so let's do the connection testing. So it's success. And in this capture mode, we are going to use the proxy modes. So DataSunrise will intercept the incoming queries from the client application, and before directly going to the server, we will intercept these requests. And then we will do according to the rules that we configure in this DataSunrise. And then after that, we will send out to the server. We can edit the port number if we want here. So this is the port that will be used by the DataSunrise when we establish the proxy connection. I will leave the other setting as default and save this connection. After successfully creating the instance in DataSunrise, you will be able to see your MongoDB database on this page. Okay, the proxy has been created by DataSunrise now. So we have to use this proxy connection to make the queries to our MongoDB database. In order to connect with the MongoDB database, I am going to use MongoDB Compass in this video. So let's create a new connection here. This is the default one. For now, I am going to use the port number, which is the proxy port that is created by the DataSunrise. And this is the same. I don't need to change because DataSunrise is also in the same host as the MongoDB instance. So yes, localhost in this proxy port number, and I can also change my username and password here. This is the option that I can edit or not. Just save and connect. Okay, the connection has been successfully created. And we can go back to our DataSunrise web UI to check whether the proxy connections are working or not. So you can see that there are some sessions going on, which means that our proxy connection has been successfully created and recognized by DataSunrise. Okay, now let's go to our audit rule and start creating the rules that need to protect our MongoDB database. So to create the auditing rule, in this left panel, there is the audit part, so click on that one. And then you can see the several rules that is already created in your DataSunrise. If you don't have any rules, you can click on this Add Rule button here. So I have already created this rule, so let me explain this and how you can create this rule to you again. So this is just the logical name, so you can give any name that will make sense to you. So for me, since this rule will audit and monitor the queries that will go to the collection called new customer, I give up this name. And we have to choose the instance. So this is the MongoDB instance that I added here. So I choose the instance. And in this section, you can either choose audit or skip. If you choose the skip action, the queries that is matching with these rules that we configure here will not be monitored, but they will be skipped. So you will not be able to monitor those events. So if you have some events that you don't want to monitor, you can use the skip action. For now, I would like to see these events, so I will keep sticking with the audit button here. So in the login settings, we have to enable this one. So this will help us to save the queries that we executed from the client application, and these queries events will be captured and will be saved in DataSunrise audit storage. And for the resulting setting, so yeah, DataSunrise not only audit the query, but also can give you the result that is coming back from the database server. So you can check both queries and query result just in DataSunrise. For the other rules, I will leave this default. In this filtering session, you can either filter like on which user that you would like to perform this rule, on which application that you would like to configure this rule, and so on. And these conditions can be filtered in this session as well. And another important one is here. So in this filter statement, you can filter what kind of queries, what kind of events that you would like to audit. So if you want to audit based on the object group, you can do that as well. If you want to audit based on the query groups, you can configure the group of queries that you would like to focus on in DataSunrise, and then you can use them when you create the rules here. So we have many other useful methods here, but for now I will stick with the simple one. So I will stick with the object group filtering one. Okay, so I want to audit the queries like finding query, inserting query, modification queries, all these queries that is going to specific object, which is the new customers here. Okay, so this object, this database object, you can select and you can find on DataSunrise by clicking on this button, and you can find by here, or you can either manually select it from this page as well. For now, I am selecting from the customer database to the new customer collection. Okay. For now, I will apply this rule and save the rule. Okay. So now let's go back to our MongoDB Compass. As I have configured the rules to go to this customer table, I will use this customer database. And then I will create some queries like find queries. So to new customer collections, we need to find something. For example, if their hobby or music, give me the result. Let's go back to the DataSunrise web UI. And in the web UI, you can see under the auditing, there is a transaction tray. So you can already see the queries that are executed previously here. So this is the query that are executed, and here are the results. And any other general information can be also seen here. So which user did and on which application the query has been executed. These things can be seen by the transaction trace, and these things can be captured by the DataSunrise, of course. Okay, so this is how the auditing rules work. So let's now go to the security rule and check how we can block the access to the MongoDB. Okay, so here I have already created this one, and I will explain to you again. So for now, I would like to block the access, block the execution of the queries to this collection loyal customer in MongoDB. So it's similar to the auditing rule. We give out the logical name and we choose the instance. And here in this action, we also have two actions. First one is block and second one is allow. So if you want to allow some specific rule like whitelisting, you can also choose allow. For now, I will choose just blocking action because I want to block the access to the specific collection in MongoDB. Okay. For the login setting as well, you can see in DataSunrise that which events, which queries has been blocked at what time. So on. These things can be seen and monitored by the DataSunrise if you enable this one. Also choose like custom blogging message. So for now, I am using custom blogging message, so-called blocked by DataSunrise. Just to know that this query has been blocked by DataSunrise. You are not allowed to do this. Okay, so and continue with the filter statement section. Similarly to the auditing one, we keep playing with the object groups. So object groups, so all these query related with this one that I choose here will be blocked if this query executed to the loyal customer. So yeah, for now everything is the same as the auditing rule. I will apply and save the rule. Okay, again, let's go back to our MongoDB Compass and execute some queries to loyal customer collection. Let's say the hobby is news. Okay, you can see the message that it has been blocked by DataSunrise, which means that our DataSunrise security rule is working and activating. But when you keep executing queries to the new customer, you can still see the queries. We can also see the events that has been blocked by DataSunrise in DataSunrise console, in the security, in the events. Similar to the transaction trace in auditing, we can see the event that has been blocked here. So there's the detailed information, so where the query has been executed, at what time, and why it has been blocked. And this is the query that we executed, which matched with our security rule, and it has been blocked by DataSunrise. Alright, this is the quick video, and I hope you understand how DataSunrise can secure and protect NoSQL databases like MongoDB. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye.